broken arm and a leg and my elbow and concussion a few times. Woke up in hospital about 3 or 4 times. I've done 5 ribs in my collarbone at Lithgow here a few years ago.
Well, at your venerable age now, Tony, do you worry about the next fall?
What's the good of worrying? You're never too old. You might be too young, but you're never too old. You can go along, mate. You're right.
Never too old. That could well become Tony Turnbull's epitaph. But don't let him hear we're talking epitaphs about this granddaddy of harness racing, who even after half a century in the sulky, never says die.
I've been at it for over 50 years.
How old are you?
I didn't think you'd ask that. 68.
68? Well, it used to be the law that you had to retire at 65. You must be pretty glad of that reprieve, eh?
Well, we changed it when I got there.
And how much longer are you going to keep driving?
Oh, I'd like run out of petrol, I suppose.
You're not sort of looking at 70 or 75 or...
You don't worry about dying. It's too permanent.
Not only is Turnbull the oldest by far in Pacing's Melbourne Cup, the Inter-Dominion, but up till Turnbull's coming of age, the laws of harness racing actually forbade anyone over 65 from driving in races, let alone the Inter-Dominion.
Well, what happened so that you could keep driving?
Oh, well, they woke up that 80-year-olds are driving up and down the road in motor cars, and they're going both ways. Us fellas are sitting behind a horse with 2 reins in their hands going one way.
Steering his nag Roman Origin through Hobart's back alleys doesn't look like heart attack material, but Turnbull has a busy road ahead. He's walking to the Hobart Showgrounds for a heat of the Inter-Dominion, and Turnbull's gunning for a place in next Saturday's final.
Roman Origin in the third.
In the third, Roman Origin. Anthony Turnbull driving, horse here.
Yeah.
This is Roman Origin's first season in the big time, and Turnbull's waited 30 years for a horse half as good as his stallion Hondo Grattan, the dual Inter-Dominion champion and legend of the Turnbull farm near Bathurst.
Buried him just over the road from our house, and this fella lives in his yard, so he grows right alongside this fella's yard, so he's got to do something, hasn't he?
He's got to be touched with the turf, you reckon?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Horses are Turnbull's life. He also runs 300 beef cattle, but he trains 30 horses. He races 3 or 4 times a week, and his 2 daughters are both drivers who've married Inter-Dominion drivers. The youngest, Cindy, has just married Peter Rickson, driver of Laneway.
Oh, that shows his daughter, not him.
And daughter Anne is married to the Inter-Dominion's all-time highest winning driver, Brian Hancock, who's racing hot favourite Our Sir Vancelot against Roman Origin in tonight's heat.
Anyone more competitive?
I don't think so. I don't think so. There's no more hungry among the bloke than him, I don't think.
And what sort of money's he chase? Is he a big money man or is he any money man?
Any money man, you know. That's $5 there he wants it.
You don't sort of get mellow in your older days, or do you still retain that kind of hunger for a win?
Greedy and lazy, mate, that's me.
You don't think that perhaps your reflexes mightn't be as sharp at 68? You reckon I shouldn't have asked that question?
You wouldn't like to have a drive in a race with me, would you?
While Hancock seemingly has a staff of thousands, Turnbull has brother Joe. At 72, a mere stripling, but he also drives in races.
What keeps him going at this age?
Oh, you can see that dollar at the end of the rainbow, I think.
He likes a shilling?
He's always liked a shilling.
$400,000 are up for grabs in this Inter-Dominion carnival. Roman Origin is an outsider, a rank outsider.
20 to 1, Roman Origin.
But Tony Turnbull wants a good run to build his points in the hope of qualifying for the final. Hancock's Our Sir Vancelot is odds on, and there's no love lost in this family.
Oh, I don't know. More of a lair driver, but he seems to get away with it. Oh, he's a good driver.
He's a relative of yours. You've called him a lair.
He is.
We're in the hands of the gods now.
Which gods? Well, you're driving. Those gods, they're real old.
As they settle, Hancock, driving the favourite, sits outside Turnbull, who's squeezed in by the faster horses. But 3/4 of a lap out, our Sir Vancelot clips a wheel, gallops and is out of the race. Tenacious Turnbull sticks to the inside and looks for an opening which never comes. 4th place, a good result and the chance of a run in the Inter-Dominion final. For Tony Turnbull, it's always looking ahead, never backwards. When this Inter-Dominion's over, he's got 15 yearlings waiting to be broken in when he gets back to the farm at Bathurst. Oh, and he's got the beef cattle too, and lots more races.